What's good? How we doing? It's a beautiful and successful day today, and I just want to share that with you. But for today, hopefully you can hear me well. I'm just in my own energy right now, and I feel like that's a good camera position too. So, you know, I see a hummingbird right now. Sorry about that, but I've been flowing through life. I've been flowing through life and just allowing things to come to me, allowing opportunities to come to me, but also as well as putting in the work. So putting in the work for myself, I stay consistent with my working out. I do my push-ups. I started incorporating ab workouts. I do Bible study. I just got past Exodus, the beginning. I'm where the Israelites leave Egypt after all of the plagues that were happening. And I haven't really formulated this hummingbird is just flying around. But anyways, I haven't formulated a metaphysical standpoint on that yet for myself. But I would be interested in hearing that, other perspectives on that situation. But yeah, I see for myself a lot of change coming in my life as far as just becoming a man. And I feel like becoming a man, it's a long process. So I'm a young man right now, but I know how to take care of myself. And but there's levels to it. There's levels to where I want to be. I want to be able to buy my mom a house, my brother a house, my girl a house, my dad a house, just everyone. I want to be financially free. I want to have, and I will have, and I already see it. I see for myself my businesses as well as my girl, and just funding our own lifestyles and just traveling beyond the US to Japan, to Thailand, to Europe, to London, to the UK. You know, just some places, ideas, thoughts that I have right now. But it makes me so happy to be able to envision my future daily. But I always keep it real with myself. Me personally, I have been slacking when it comes to work as of recently. And I'm upset at myself for that, but I'm not going to beat myself up for that. It's just, I got somewhere to be. I got somewhere where I want to be. I'll say myself allowing me, the ego, me allowing my ego. It's just so confusing, but I'll say it like this. When I allow the ego to I don't know, play the game, sit in bed, just things that don't really serve my purpose. Sorry, I'm looking at this car coming. I don't recognize it. But anyways, just things that don't serve my highest purpose. And that's something that is a past version of myself that I need to begin to start letting go. I swear this thing's moved. Maybe I'm tripping. But I need to let those past thoughts go, past traumas go, because along with those habits, at least in my perspective, along with those habits come those past thoughts and past traumas that develops. Those past habits developed from a trauma, so they still sit with me presently. And I do see them. And I'm excited for where life is taking me, because everything is temporary, and my higher self is telling me that every single day. Everything is temporary, and I'm just getting bits and pieces of my future that I see for myself right now. So, sorry, man, it's raining. This video was just kind of going to be. This video was just going to be thoughts that I had, just flowing thoughts, just for me to become more consistent in my works, because I have been slacking, and I can own up to that. I can be honest about that. I can. So it's just like ants crawling on me. But yeah, I'm very appreciative to where my life is going and how I built this foundation for myself. Because in becoming a man, you have to, I'm not gonna say you have to, but for myself, I built this foundation around growth opportunities, growth for myself, just in general. So I am reaping the rewards of that every single day. I truly am. And just by me being consistent, even when, I don't know if y'all can see that little thing going on me, but I'm gonna say I've been working out for 7 years now, around 7 years, but actually me putting in the work day in and day out, I'm not gonna lie, I'll say about a year and a half, but before that, the 7 years, I'm gonna just say 7 years, because there would be risings that I would go up on a run and I didn't see the vision for myself physically, for my avatar. I didn't see it. I didn't see what I wanted. Yes, I have tattoos, but these things don't matter. If you're a man, it's not about height. It's not about looks. Okay, it's about looks. Let me not say that. But it's not about height. It's not about how big you are, how small you are, how long your arms are, how attractive you are to a point, and that's coming from myself. I know I'm attractive. I get looks from women and men. I get complimented by women all the time. So yeah. Anyways, it's about your mindset. It's about how you move through life. It's about what you do behind closed doors. Because that standard that you set for yourself is the first thing that others will see to you. Will see. I misworded that. But that standard you set for yourself, others will see that. And they will stare. Because they can't comprehend what they're looking at. They can't comprehend that work for themselves behind closed doors. I'm not saying there's not beings like that. Of course there is. But it's majority society who doesn't put in the work. And I want you to know, if you are looking to put in the work, I want you to know that that future self that you envision for yourself, you have to embody that. You have to embody that mentally, spiritually. Spiritually, you're already there. Spiritually, none of this ever happened. But it did. So that's like contradiction. But like I got off track, but it's just a mindset. It's really just a mindset. And it's really just embodying your divine masculine, divine feminine counterparts. So not shoving down your emotions or not acting out on them or allowing them to control you by having a weak mind. And just really learning. I'm gonna say for me, what helped me balance those two energies was just understanding the ego and not. My family sent me to church sometimes when I was younger, but it never stuck to me, and I see why. I see why now, because I've seen through it. But just understanding my ego and understanding both sides of that nature of the ego, and understanding that I cannot sin. It just doesn't make sense. How can I sin against myself when sin is just a title? Sin is just a spell. It's just a spell from the fallen angels in the Bible. It's just a spell from the fallen angels that harvest our energy daily currently, because the Bible is timeless. I'm gonna say for myself, I don't take what happens literally, because the Bible is made through Freemasons and it's a spell book. You have to look at it through a metaphysical standpoint, or look at it through just more than one perspective. And that's easier said than done, but through practice and repetition, you can see it. But how can I sin against my nature? It's about mastering that. It's about mastering the ego. It's about mastering it, to say the least. I mean, it's like, a Tibetan monk, or just a monk in general. They go up into the mountains, they meditate, they do, they really just give that time to themselves. In a way, that is what I'm trying to think. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know where I was going with that, but I'll just keep it real. But yeah, I mean, I'm just getting my thoughts out for today. That's all I got. You know, I read this. I'm reading this book called. I'm blanking on the name right now, but it's about the subconscious mind. And one of the chapters, it talks about manifesting wealth and abundance into your life through the mind. And it talks about blank checks, sending blank checks to yourself. This is about spelling too. We were just talking about sin, right? And how it's a spell on the mind. So these blank checks, when you tell yourself that you don't think you're gonna make rent this month, or you don't think you're going to get this job, or whatever, you're telling your subconscious mind that you don't have that, and you also don't want that. It's natural at first to stress and to worry, and it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. But I will say everybody is in their position for a reason. You chose that position. You chose that position because in some way, somehow, this position, you healing from your past mistakes, I won't even call it mistakes, you healing from your past traumas will give you the clarity that you need to see right through what you're observing, through what you think, through what the ego thinks it's going through. And I'm talking about finances, or the bills, or just work stuff, you know. If you have the vision, on where you want to be, on what you want to become, what type of person you want to become, through you, first obviously you got to put it into motion physically. So like, let's say, I'm going way off topic, but let's say you are antisocial. I'm projecting, I'm not gonna lie. Let's say you are antisocial and you want to just talk to people more. You want to learn people. You want to understand them, understand why they're like this or like this, or I mean, just smiling and saying hello, grand rising, whatever. It's baby steps, and then your mind will start to believe that. Your mind will start to break down those old thought forms, and then it'll be like, okay, I see that you want this. Now, where can we take this from? So, going back to what I was saying about the book on the subconscious minds, in this chapter it talks about wealth and how to bring that to you, wealth and abundance. Because we're not just talking about a physical currency, it's way more than that. It could be a girl you want, a job that you want, it could be shoes that you want, it could be a personal physique that you want, it could be a tattoo that you want, it could be land that you want, whatever. So, in this passage, it talked about, sorry, this ants crawling on me and shit. Yo, I gotta do what I gotta do. But it talked about, these things are distracting me too, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm allowing them to. It said this affirmation: by day and by night, by day and by night, I become prosperous in all of my interests. So, ouch.
But they biting me. I ain't gonna lie. By day and by night, I become prosperous in all of my interests. So if you enjoy making videos, if you enjoy writing, if you enjoy painting, if you enjoy, whatever the case may be, that's an affirmation for you to tell yourself. By day and by night, I become prosperous in all of my interests. All right, have a grand day. I was gonna say have a grand day, but I also mixed it with have a great day. So have a great grand day. I love you. Peace.